7 Charlie Lima. QSL?
Kilo 7 Charlie Lima. Roger, what's the name there, sir?
Charlie Lima. Roger, what's the name there, sir?
Ron, Romeo Oscar November, and the QTH is Cross Junction, Virginia.
Roger, Ron in Virginia. And what radio are you running today, Ron?
Yeah, and what radio are you running today, Ron?
I'm running the FTDX-101 Delta, 100 watts into a homemade fan dipole.
Kilo Oscar 4, Quebec, Victor Kilo.
Victor Kilo Station, stand by. We are in Qso with Kilo 7 Charlie Lima. Ron. Okay, Ron, and give me that radio again, sir. One more time on the radio.
That radio again, sir. One more time on the radio.
The radio is a Yaesu FTDX-101D.
101D, Roger. I wish I had a little bit better copy on you. Why don't you give me about 10 to 15 seconds and tell me about your antenna system so I might look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Band antenna is a homemade. At about, the apex is about 42 feet and slopes down to about 35 feet. QSL.
Roger, I'm bringing you up on the Georgia SDR. You're doing really well down in Georgia. Ron, how about that?
Well, at least I'm doing well somewhere. I guess that's all that matters.
Exactly. And I pointed that out in some of my dissertations on antennas, you know. It says something along the order of if you're, operating 100 watts, 100-watt transmitter in the eastern part of the United States, you should be an S5 to S9 somewhere. If you're running 100 watts in the eastern part of the United States, you should be S5 to S9 somewhere. If you're an S1 everywhere, you're not getting out. Roger?
No, Roger. That's a fact. I usually don't have much of a problem getting out. Last night, well, I tell you, conditions were really open to a lot of places. I was, 5, 9, plus 10, plus 20 to some of these places, and they were the same to me. I haven't seen signals like that in quite a while, so I was really impressed with the conditions last night. Back to you.
Roger, Ron. Now, just out of curiosity, double-checking to be sure your radio is running at 100 to 2900 bandpass. Roger. 100
bandpass. Roger.
Yes. As a matter of fact, it is.
Yes, sir. That's the only way to run those radios. No sense to compromise. The thing is, when you start going to lesser band passes, the first thing that happens is you start rolling off the top. And when you do that, there goes articulation, because articulation is in the top end EQ. So you want to keep as much articulation for your voice as possible, and that means running that radio at 100 to 2900. That's, if you have multiple choices, I would put them all at 100 to 2900, Roger.
100 to 2900, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. I also run compression at 50% and the mic at 50 also.
Roger, Ron. Well, I have found that if we suggest a 3 on that compressor, about 30%, as opposed to 50%. Run that compressor at a 3, a 30% will do about all that compressor does. If you go past that, it starts compressing, but then it starts sucking up between words, which you don't want, because you'll be hearing, your neighbor beat his wife in the next door apartment or whatever. So about a 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100 is a nice setting for the compressor, but then go to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your ALC to where it's running mid-scale to 2/3, and that will give you a 3 dB dynamic range, and that will mean that your average percent of peak modulation will be around 80 to 85%, which is just perfect. Roger?
It's just perfect, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. I cut the compression back to about 30% right there.
Roger. Then once you have your compressor at a 3, then move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and what you'll do is as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, you do that so you can get that meter, that ALC meter up and see what it's actually doing. You can't really read the meter if you speak at a slow cadence. You have to kind of get your cadence up there to get that meter moving up to where you can see what it's doing, and then at that range then use your mic gain control to set that ALC meter at mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Scale to 2/3, Roger.
Myself, definitely. That would be right, somewhere right around there, I believe.
Yes, sir. It looks pretty good. Why don't you give me about 10 seconds on your antenna situation, and let me hear your audio.
Let me hear your audio.
Well, actually, there's more than one antenna. The one I'm actually using is the inverted V homemade fan dipole. I also have a 4-band trap vertical by Cushcraft that sometimes works better than the vertical. All depends on the atmospheric conditions there. Back to you.
Yes, sir. I just went to Milford, and you are just about 10 over on Milford. Just a beautiful signal. So what I want you to do is give me another 10 to 15 seconds and tell me what you like best about your radio, Roger.
And tell me what you like best about your radio, Roger.
I gotta say there isn't anything I don't like about it. I'm a Yaesu guy. Every radio I've ever owned is a Yaesu. I was running the FTDX-101 before this one, and I decided that I would upgrade and give this one a try. And I really like it. It's really a great radio. I don't care much for the three-dimensional waterfall. That's just, not my thing. But as far as the radio, its ability to receive and how quiet I can make the receive is really, the winning factor for me in this radio. It's a lot better than the FTDX-3000 by far, and I like them both though. But this one just comes out on top.
Roger, Roger. Okay, we got a beautiful recording there. I think you'll really like it. And if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 7/30/21, that will take you directly to this recording. And give us a couple of days to get it uploaded, Roger.
And give us a couple of days to get it uploaded, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. I wrote that information down, and I'll be eager to listen to myself, and probably won't like how I sound. I've heard myself on tape recorders. I never really cared for my voice, but it will be interesting to see how this radio does sound.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm looking at your audio on a VU meter, and you're very repetitive at the 0 level set point, and that's the mark of a nice limiter in your radio, that it hits the peak and stays right at that peak and doesn't have a lot of blow-by. So it looks really good. Get the tape, the Gorilla Tape out and taper down.
So it looks really good. Get the tape, the Gorilla Tape out and taper down.
KN3Q. Well, I thank you for your help. It's appreciated. Always great to make new acquaintances also. I got to jump out of here real quick. I got a few things I got to do. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people eager to have a conversation with you about their radios. Thank you very much, 73. And hopefully we'll catch you in there again. 3760 will be clear.
Roger, Roger, Ron, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon. We're getting towards pumpkin time here. This is a Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.